Hello, Edmond Church family. Just wanted to stop on by your Facebook feed and share a couple things. If I know that some of you probably saw on my personal Facebook page, I shared a quote, and I want to share that quote here. It's from Leo Tolstoy, and it says, "Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself." Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. And I love that quote from Leo Tolstoy, but I also think that it's a biblical principle, a biblical idea. Jesus said this in Matthew 7, 1 through 5. "Judge not, that you be not judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when there is the log in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye." And then also James 4, 11 through 12, it says, "Do not speak evil against one another, brothers. The one who speaks against a brother or judges his brother speaks evil against the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is only one lawgiver and judge, he who is able to save and to destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor?" Now this one who is the lawgiver and the judge, we know that this is God that James is talking about here. So once again, Leo Tolstoy, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. And I think that sometimes we want to change big things. We want to change the world. We want to change other people because we think it's futile to make small changes, to make changes upon ourselves. But in talking about small changes, they do add up. I want to share two things. I want to talk about the butterfly effect, and I also want to talk about ripples in a lake. So here's the definition of the butterfly effect. It's the sensitive dependence on initial conditions in which a small change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can result in large differences in a later state. Now, I know that's a mouthful. Let me break it down in layman's terms. The butterfly effect is a small change one can make where bigger changes happen. One small incident can have a big impact on the future. And so it is. It's like ripples in a lake. You've got a smooth lake. You take a rock, you throw it into the center of that lake, and it takes some time, but eventually the ripple will go outwards all the way to the point when it reaches the banks of that lake. That is the butterfly effect. That is the ripple effect. And that is the concept of making changes in your own life before you start worrying about making changes out in the world. So the next time you find yourself judging others or judging the world, instead of looking at yourself, I want you to just stop and pray this one prayer. Pray this prayer: God, what are you wanting? What change are you wanting to see in me? God, what change are you wanting to see in me? You know, I've often said, be the change you want to see. Trust the process. God wants to change us personally so that then the world can be changed corporately. Well, I hope that you are blessed. This is Coronavotional number 10, and I will see you all tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on YouTube on the prayer stream.